In the United States, two Latino business owners with identical capital, identical skill, and identical work ethic will end this decade with completely different outcomes. One will close the business, one will own the building it sits in. The difference is not luck, it is not connections, it is not even how hard either of them works. The one who wins is the one who learned to think strategically instead of reacting emotionally. We come from a culture that runs hot, loud, loving, loyal, expressive. That culture is a gift. It is also the single biggest tax on our wealth in this country. Today we fix that. I'm Gordo. We've got work to do. The book is called How to Think Strategically. The author, Greg Githens, spent 30 years coaching executives at Fortune 500 companies who were getting paid millions of dollars a year to make decisions other people couldn't make. Most people read this book like it's a corporate boardroom book. That's the wrong frame. This is a survival manual for anyone, a roofer, a baker, a salon owner, an Uber driver, who has ever made a decision under pressure and watched it cost them money they couldn't afford to lose. Strategic thinking is the discipline of pausing between stimulus and response, of seeing 5 moves ahead instead of one, of choosing the path your future self will thank you for instead of the path your present feelings demand. We're going to walk through 6 strategic thinking moves you can install in your life starting tomorrow. We're going to show how they stack on top of the 6 decisions from video 2 and the 5 people skills from video 3. And we're going to talk about the one thing that breaks every Latino family wealth builder I've ever met, emotional reactivity, and the exact playbook to fix it. None of this costs $1. All of it changes your life math. Principle 1. Install the 24-hour rule on every decision over $500 or every conversation that makes your chest get hot. Githens calls this the difference between operational thinking and strategic thinking. Operational thinking is fast. You see a stimulus, you react inside 3 seconds. Strategic thinking is deliberate. You see a stimulus, you write the response, you sleep on it, you reread it the next morning, you send it. Most of us were raised in households where decisions got made hot. Dad slammed his fist and we moved. Mom decided in the car ride home and we changed schools. The cousin called crying and we lent the money. None of those are bad people. They are good people running an operating system that does not build wealth, 3.2 times more likely to regret it. That's the tax on hot decisions. Across a lifetime, the math is brutal. Practical play. This week, every decision over $500 or every conversation that makes your chest go hot, you write it down on paper, you set a 24-hour timer, you do not press send, you do not say yes, you do not buy until that timer hits 0. Track it. By Friday, count how many decisions you would have made hot that you killed in the cool down. That number is the dollars per year you just stopped bleeding. Principle 2. Separate the problem from the person. Always. This is the move Githens calls reframing. Almost every Latino-owned business I have ever audited has the same wound. The owner attacks the person when the strategic move is to attack the problem. The crew member is late. The supplier delivers the wrong material. The customer pays slow. The first reaction is always personal. He's lazy. They're rude. She's cheap. None of those framings produce a fix. Every one of them produces a fight. The strategic thinker writes the same situation twice, once as the personal version, once as the system version, then he throws away the personal version and works the system version. 41% more crew retention. In a trade business that runs on relationships, that one shift is the difference between a $40,000 year and a $400,000 year. Practical play. Pick the most recent person at work or at home you blamed for something. Tonight, write down what broke in the system that allowed that thing to happen. Pick one fix to that system. Try it for 30 days. Watch the same person stop being a problem because the problem was never them. Principle 3. Every decision you ask one question, what does this look like 5 moves from now? Githens borrowed this from Garry Kasparov, the chess grandmaster. The amateur sees the next move. The grandmaster sees the next 5. The strategic thinker sees not the immediate consequence of the decision, but the second order, third order, fourth order, fifth order ripples. That decision creates 12 months from now. Most of our families decide one move deep. We take the cash advance because we need money this month. Move 1 done. We don't see move 2, the interest. Move 3, the dependency. Move 4, the next emergency that we can't borrow our way out of. Move 5, the wealth ceiling that gets installed in our bloodline for the next 30 years. Strategic thinking is the discipline of forecasting moves 2 through 5 before you commit to move 1, 7.4 times more net worth, same income, same trade, different thinking discipline, practical play. This week, every time a decision lands on you, draw 5 boxes on a piece of paper. Move 1, what happens this week? Move 2, what happens this month? Move 3, what happens this quarter? Move 4, what happens this year? Move 5, what happens in 5 years? If move 5 looks bad, you don't make move 1. That's it. Principle 4, strategy without execution is poetry. Build the execution by stacking habits. Githens makes the case that execution is what separates strategic thinkers from strategic talkers. Most Latino families I work with have the strategy figured out. They know they need to save more, market more, cold call more, lift more. They don't do it. The reason is they treat each habit as a fresh act of willpower, and willpower is the most expensive fuel on earth. The fix is habit stacking. You take an action that is already on autopilot in your day, and you bolt the new strategic action directly to it. The trigger fires automatically. The new habit rides along for free. You already drink coffee every morning. Stack the morning prospecting call to the coffee. Coffee is poured, phone goes to ear. You already shower at night. Stack the financial review to the shower. Shower is done, towel in hand, you open the spreadsheet. The trigger is the existing habit. The strategic move costs 0 willpower because it has been bolted to a routine that already runs without you. Practical play. Pick one strategic habit you've been failing to install. Could be the morning sales call, the financial review, the workout, the prayer time. This week, find one existing daily action you never miss. Bolt the new habit to the end of that action. Just one. Watch what compounds in 90 days. Principle 5. Run a cool mind on top of a hot heart. Both, not one or the other. Hispanic culture runs on the hot heart. We are loud at the dinner table because we love hard. We loan money to family because loyalty is sacred. We fight for our people because that's how our parents fought for us. None of that is the problem. The hot heart is our edge. Asian families don't have it. White families don't have it. Latino families do. It is the reason our communities survive. The problem is most of us run our businesses, our money, and our long-term decisions out of the heart chamber. We hire family because of loyalty, not capability. We lend money because guilt, not return. We sign contracts emotional from a sales pitch, not from spreadsheet math. We say yes because we feel bad saying no. That is the emotional operating system. It runs the right operations through the wrong chamber. Strategic thinking installs a toggle when a decision involves money, contracts, time commitments, or hiring. The toggle clicks to mind. The decision goes through a written checklist. Numbers, dates, comparable bids, 5-move forecast. Then the answer comes. After the answer, the toggle clicks back to heart for the relationship work, the call, the visit, the abrazo. You can love your cousin and tell him no on the loan. Both moves come from the same person. The mind made the call. The heart still walks across the room and shows up. Practical play. This week, write a 1-page decision checklist for any business move over $1,000. 5 questions, 5 lines. Tape it to the wall above your desk. Run every decision through it before you say yes. The checklist is not the decision. The checklist is the toggle. Principle 6. Your gente is not a tax. Your gente is the most valuable strategic asset on your balance sheet, if you organize it correctly. Most other groups in this country have to build networks. We are born into one. Tio knows a guy at the city. Prima's husband works construction. Padrino has been running his bakery for 30 years. Vecino owns the lot next door. The average Latino adult has a network 6 to 8 times larger than the average non-Latino-American adult by the time they're 30. 287. That is a Fortune 500 sales team's worth of Rolodex sitting in your phone, in your church, in your barrio. We have the network. We don't run it like a business. We treat it like a weekend backyard. The strategic thinker treats every relationship like an asset that must be cataloged, maintained, and called on at the right moment. This is where the lessons compound. Video 2, the definite chief aim, gives you the goal. Video 3, the 5 Carnegie people skills, gives you how to deepen each contact. Video 4, strategic thinking, gives you how to deploy the whole network like a chessboard. 4.7 times more referrals, same network, different operating discipline, practical play. This week, build a one-page network sheet, 5 columns, name, relationship, last contact, what they're worth to my goal, next move. Pick 5 people, reach out to one per week. By Christmas, you will have reactivated 20 relationships and you will be shocked how much money walks back into your life through them. Now, I want to slow down for a minute because this is the most important moment in the video. Every Latino family I have ever watched build wealth had to cross one inflection point. Before the inflection point, they were running the family operating system: hot, loyal, generous, reactive. After the inflection point, they ran a strategic operating system: cool, planned, generous in a different way, deliberate. The inflection point isn't a single day. It's a series of small moments where someone in the family chose the harder right over the easier wrong. The cousin asks for a loan. Old answer: yes, immediately. New answer: let me think about it for 24 hours. Run it through the checklist, and I will get back to you tomorrow. The supplier wants a same-day yes on a 12-month contract. Old answer: sure, we trust you, vamonos. New answer: I'll have an answer by Friday after I've compared 2 other bids. The cousin doesn't get an instant yes anymore. The supplier doesn't get a same-day handshake anymore. Some people get upset. That is the price of admission for strategic thinking. You will be called cold. You will be called gringo. You will be told you've changed. You have changed. That's the point. You changed because the version of you running the hot operating system was costing your great-grandkids the building they would never inherit. The good news is the heart chamber doesn't get smaller. The cousin still gets the abrazo. The supplier still gets the relationship. The dinner table still gets the loud, joyful Sunday. The only thing that changed is which chamber the decision came from: heart for the relationship, mind for the call, real argument. I'll spend a minute on it. The argument goes: strategic thinking, decision checklists, 24-hour rules. This is white American corporate culture wrapped in a fancy book. It strips the soul out of who we are. It turns Abuela's loving household into a J.P. Morgan boardroom. We didn't survive 500 years to start acting like the people who took everything from us. That argument is half right. Strategic thinking without heart is what built the corporations that exploited our parents. Heart without strategy is what kept 400 years of Latino families inside one income bracket. Neither one alone is the answer. The answer is both chambers, used at the right moment. We don't trade the soul for the system. We add the system on top of the soul. The hot heart stays. The cool mind goes on top. That stack is the unfair advantage that other families flat out cannot replicate because their hearts went cold 3 generations ago, and nobody in their family knows how to get the warmth back. You have the heart, the other guys don't. Put the strategic mind on top of it, and you become genuinely unstoppable. So here's what we did: 6 strategic principles. The 24-hour rule: separate problem from person, 5 moves ahead. Habit stacking: cool mind on hot heart. Community as strategic asset. This week, you are going to do exactly 2 things. You don't need all 6, you need 2. Tonight, you write down the one decision you've been making hot all year: the cousin loan, the supplier contract, the kid's school, the car, whatever it is. You write it on paper. You put a 24-hour timer on it. This weekend, you pick one existing daily habit and you bolt one strategic move to it. Coffee plus sales call, shower plus financial review, dinner cleanup plus plan tomorrow. Just one stack only. The wealthy Latino families weren't born with money. They weren't born with luck. They were built by people who decided to keep the heart and add the mind. 6 decisions, 5 people skills, 6 strategic moves. That stack is your inheritance now. Use it. You're going to compound. I'll see you next week. If this video helped you out, hit the like button and subscribe so the next one finds you. Click that notification bell. That's how you catch every new Gordo worldwide video the day it drops. And if you want to keep building, watch this one next. This is Gordo. Apply one thing this week. We'll be back next week.